In 2014, the 70th anniversary of the D-Day landings was held in France, attended by government officials and heads of state, including Queen Elizabeth II. The historic operation saw 150,000 Allied troops storm 5 beaches, altering the course of World War II. When the anniversary came around, Russia had effectively declared war on Ukraine after it illegally annexed Crimea in March. French President François Hollande attempted to build a bridge between Vladimir Putin and Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko at the D-Day event. But, unknowingly, Her Majesty's very presence put these talks under pressure. Putin family tree. Inside dictator's private life. Vladimir Putin has long kept his family and home life private. With an ex-wife and at least 2 children, there's a lot about the Russian president we don't know. Express.co.uk takes a look at his home life and he becomes a source of interest, especially one secret relationship. Read more. World leaders, including Putin, were invited to the occasion, although the Russian president's invitation had initially been doubted. Hollande was, however, hoping that the event could be an opportunity for a broker a denouement between Russia and Ukraine. The 70-year-old was keen to go to Normandy as the event encompassed a great deal of history for the Soviet Union, Stalingrad having played a key role in bringing down the Nazis. As a gesture of goodwill, Putin brought a bottle of vodka for Hollande and sought to reintroduce himself to the international community. In response, the French president reinforced the need for peace talks with Ukraine's newly elected leader, Petro Poroshenko, to go ahead. Peace talks were attempted between Russia and Ukraine in France in 2014. Image, Getty. Various heads of state, including Queen Elizabeth and Queen Margrethe, were in attendance. Image, Getty. Putin did not recognize Ukraine's new president, who led the country from 2014 to 2019, but a meeting between the two leaders was almost a prerequisite for the visit. Speaking on the first episode of the 3-part BBC Two documentary, Putin vs. the West, titled My Backyard, Jacques Audibert, Hollande's former diplomatic advisor, said, Putin seemed positive, but we had no guarantee. We had to organize this in uncertainty. On June 6, 2014, Putin, along with 19 other heads of state, met in Normandy. However, the Russian president did not want to shake hands with Poroshenko on the world stage, so instead, the French had only a very small window in which the talks could take place. Mr. Audibert continued, we had 20 minutes before the huge lunch with all the heads of state and government, including Her Majesty the Queen. We could not afford to be late because you do not tell the Queen of England that sorry, we are a bit late, you have to wait 15 minutes. This does not work. Read more. I am on Putin hit list and I am terrified of Ukraine war anniversary. Putin refused to shake hands with Poroshenko in public. Image, Getty. The businessman Poroshenko won the election in May that year. Image, Getty. Poroshenko told the documentary that Putin did all he could to avoid the meeting. But under the eye of Hollande and German Chancellor Angela Merkel, the leaders made the most of the time they had with Poroshenko, quickly asking Putin about the Russian troops in Ukraine, something that the Russian president denied. But nothing was agreed upon in the less than 20 minutes they had before the lunch. The lavish banquet was held at the Élysée Palace, where some 200 guests and the then 88-year-old Queen and Prince Philip, then 92, enjoyed a decadent meal of foie gras and a saddle of lamb, followed by bourbon ice cream with strawberries and pink champagne sorbet. There, the Queen spoke of the sheer courage demonstrated by the troops and paid tribute to the veterans who fought valiantly, stating at the banquet that the commemorations had left both her and the Duke of Edinburgh filled with emotions. Don't miss, BBC fans fume waste of license fee over shameful Shamima Begum doc. Insight, 7 warning signs that can help uncover difficult to spot bed bugs. Analysis, John Major lashes out at Brexit demanding Sunak stick with ECHR. Report. The Queen and Prince Philip attended the banquet at the Élysée Palace. Image, Getty. It was not until September of that year that Russia and Ukraine had productive peace talks. While the Minsk agreement did not result in an end to the fighting in eastern Ukraine, Poroshenko said it had stopped Russia from carrying out a full invasion, giving Ukraine time to prepare for the war that has now been ongoing for almost a year. He said, "Do you know what is the achievement despite the fact that Russia did not fulfill one tiny thing from Minsk? These documents gave Ukraine 8 years for building up an army, an economy, and a pro-Ukrainian, anti-Putin coalition." February 24 will mark a year since the war in Ukraine started, the seeds of which were first sown when Putin illegally took Crimea back in 2014. All episodes of Putin vs. the West are available on BBC iPlayer now.